What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video I'm going to be going through a few rounds of my fight in the Undisputed Beta. I'll be talking and going through how to maintain range control and also round control, how to dominate between different rounds, how to choose and pick your rounds, and finally how to take the fight to points and win by a judge's decision. So let's get straight to the gameplay. As you guys can see here, this round's not been the greatest for me. This is the first round, so this round I was just focusing on like testing the opponent out, seeing what the opponent's about, how he's going to fight, how he's going to like move around and stuff. Is he going to use loose movement? Is he going to use technical movement? So from the first round I lost, and I could see that he was like stayed on the outside, just jabbing, and then he was coming in with a few hooks. Like he was waiting for me to throw a shot, then he would come in with a counter. That's what I realized throughout the first round. Like when I'd come in for a shot, he would either slip it or move out of the way, and he would throw a counter. And usually I'm quite good at that, I'm not gonna lie. I'm quite good at throwing these counters, but this was like a feeling out round. I was just trying to see what the opponent's about and how he's gonna fight. One thing I noticed about me when I was playing the Undisputed Beta was that the first round was always a feeling out round. It was just understanding the opponent. It's like real boxing, you have to understand the opponent. This game is very realistic at that. You can't just go in and start throwing hooks and start throwing random jabs that are just going to miss and you just get countered. This game, like, the thing I like about this game and the thing I like doing most in this game is like smart boxing. I don't like always going for the knockout. Sometimes I like to win on points by jabbing smart, by counter punching, check hooking, just catching the opponents with some good shots. Makes the game more entertaining. So as you guys can see by the scorecards, I'm currently down by 1 point. I realized here that these next rounds are the most important rounds of the fight. Like the first three have gone. He was up by 1 point in the first 3 rounds. Now I have to dominate the rest of the rounds to win the fight. So this round started off not the greatest, I'm not going to lie. Like I was getting caught with a couple of shots, but I was landing a few of my own jabs. So I just skipped forward some of that round just to show you guys how like I was jabbing for the rest of this part of the fight. I was just jabbing. I realised that the jabs are going to win me this fight. A few hooks here and there will win me as well, but I felt like the jabs were key to land points and make the judges see that obviously I'm landing clean shots. He caught me with a couple big shots, but one thing he wasn't doing was throwing jabs. At times, it does look like he's landing some cleaner shots, but I realised that when you can hear the shots landing, my jabs were the ones that were landing on his body and on the chin. So those were the ones that were giving me points and basically making me build throughout the rounds. So I'm just going to let you guys watch a bit of this gameplay at the start of the round, just so you can understand what's going on and how the round begun.
Big swing and a miss. Lands the jab. Which fighter's gonna get caught first? Nice lead hook. Defense stopping that jab. We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
As you guys can see here, I'm not letting him come really close. I'm kind of keeping like good range control. I'm throwing the backhand, throwing the jab sometimes, and just moving off, finding my distance, and then coming back and unleashing another right hand to try and drop him.
We're halfway through this round, and what a round it has been.
As you guys can see, what he's trying to do here is find different angles, trying to land a couple different shots. I realized that he's trying to find angles, so I cut those angles off and I was throwing my own shots at him, which some of them landed, some of them didn't. Guys, just pay close attention to this part of the fight where I'm throwing these jabs and I'm landing them. Just little jabs giving me points, and I'm moving back out. I'm keeping range control, I'm keeping my distance, just throwing my jabs, taunting him a little bit as well to make him angry.
Who's winning this fight right now? I have no idea.
But you can see here that this round was definitely mine. The fact that I landed so many jabs on him, just clean little jabs, just landing.
And that jab just missed with the left hand. Couldn't get out of the way of that combination.
Just look at that clean pull counter. This is one of my favourite shots to hit in the fight. Just lands so clean and flush. I'm not going to lie, this guy was a tough opponent. Like, throughout the fight, I had to basically just understand what he was doing and learn and just adapt throughout the whole fight. So, shout out to this guy. So as this round was going, I thought that this guy came out fighting more aggressive this round. I think he knew that the last round I kind of took on points, so he wanted to dominate this round, which would have made it really tough on the scorecards.
That combination was as clean as you like. Missing with the left hook.
I knew there wasn't going to be a knockdown with this fight because my aim in this fight was just to try and jab him, throw a couple big shots, maybe even land and rock him at one point. But my main objective was to take the fight to points and win here because I knew that this guy was actually good. And I could tell that he knew what he was doing. So as you guys can see, I'm finally back up on points. Those rounds 4, 5 and 6 I won. Like, knew I had to jab, I had to throw certain punches and find certain angles to beat this guy because he was fighting aggressive from the beginning. He was making me come towards him at certain times so he could try and get a counter shot off. But I just knew what his plan was. I knew what he was trying to do. So guys, this is round 7 footage. This round I lost on points, round 7. This wasn't my round, this was his round. I was landing a few shots, but then again, he was countering me with a couple. I kind of just was taunting a lot this round. I don't know why. But I'm just going to go straight to the 8th round. So guys, this was the 8th and final round. This round, I knew I had to dominate. I had to win this round on points because the last round is usually one of the most important rounds in boxing because you have to show the judges that you're fighting actively, like you're not tired, you're not getting hit too much. You have to fight, and I knew I had to put the fight on this guy. I knew I had to put the fight towards him this round.
Look at that combo. That jab misses. Great combination punching.
There were some good jabs thrown in this round from me as well, but this round was mostly focused on big punches, landing big shots, big hooks, and just finishing the fight off properly.
Neither fighter trying to be cautious. We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
I mean, you guys can just see for yourself. Look at the difference between my stamina and his stamina throughout the fight. I was focusing on throwing certain jabs, finding angles, like trying not to miss any jabs, which depreciates my stamina. But look at his stamina. He was focused on throwing big hooks and punches, and he missed a lot of them throughout the fight, which is what made his stamina drop.
Combination did some damage. A minute to go here in the round.
So the fight was coming to an end, and I knew I had more stamina than him. So I thought this is the time for me to just go in and just throw big punches to the body, land big shots to the head, and finish the fight off with a bang. So you guys can see here, I took the fight on points and I won by a judge's decision. This shows you why boxing smart is so important in this game. Like, just keeping range control, understanding rounds, and keeping rounds in mind so you're not losing any. I hope you guys enjoyed me breaking down the different rounds of the fight and giving you guys a better understanding. Make sure to like, subscribe and comment down below. And stay tuned for the next video.